I always think the story starts at the airport. 4 of us, 2 in business, 2 in economy. Because, class divide, but make it Etihad. They get champagne, we get turbulence. They flew flat, I flew folded. I don't know why people close their window shades in flights, to stare out the windows, to remember how small you are. Still, I think this is my favorite part. The anticipation, the feeling that the world is about to open up. Maybe every trip is a small act of hope, to feel something new, to see something again for the first time. Istanbul, the kind of city that makes you forget what time is. The 5 beds in our ridiculously large hotel room did call out to us to take a nap, but we really only have 31 hours here, which sounds like a lot until you realize how fast the light moves. My body still thinks it's 4 a.m, but the air smells like roasted chestnuts and diesel and magic. Walking around, we saw so many cats and one really cute one that we fed sausages to, but it refused fries. What a picky little thing. Later that day, we watched the sunset from the streets. Not on a cruise or some curated view, but just there, between honking cars and seagulls and warm light catching on domes. And somehow, it was perfect. Maybe stillness is less about stopping and more about noticing. From chaos to quiet life, Bucharest greets us with blue skies and the prospect of long days ahead, along with luggages packed full of medicine, lozenges and pipakao. We reunite with the rest of the choir. Everyone's buzzing, exhausted, jet-lagged, but it feels good, familiar. Some mornings start with geocaching adventures before breakfast, trying to find hidden treasures in the city streets. Most days blur into rehearsals that go from, okay, let's just fix that one bar, to it's been 4 hours and I can't feel my back. But somewhere between the music and the laughter, you start to hear the reason why we came. It's just about chasing that one moment when everyone breathes together and for a few seconds, the music becomes something larger than us. Before we even left Bucharest, we held a concert with a children's choir, a little preview before the competition, and for a brief evening, the hall felt alive with something that reminded us what singing was really about. There was a day of vocal rest too, wandering the old town, brunching on mocha, visiting bookstores and supermarkets, slowly letting the city sink in. And yes, somewhere in there, food poisoning struck. That souvenir from one leftover lunch that haunted me all day and the next. Nothing like sitting quietly and reflecting while your stomach churns. We even celebrated a birthday here, cake, candles, slightly flat singing. It's strange how quickly foreign cities start to feel like second homes when you're surrounded by the right people. It's kind of a comfort in that, knowing that no matter how far you go, you carry a chorus with you. We took a long bus ride from Bucharest to Varna, maybe about 6 hours, drifting in and out of sleep, waking up to glimpses of fields and border queues. The funny thing about competitions is that they always sound glamorous until you're really there, running on caffeine, ironing outfits, humming your parts in hotel corridors. We spent days chasing perfect vowels in the strangest places, a hotel parking lot, a park, random rooms and random halls. You would think that being in a seaside city meant seeing the sea, but most days it was just us, the sun, and the sound of warm-ups echoing off walls that weren't really built for music. And then we step on stage, and everything, the fatigue, the chaos, the hours of practice disappears. Just one sound, one voice, one heartbeat. And when it ends, there's silence. The good kind. The kind that feels like holding your breath underwater before coming up for air. My family was here too, filming, cheering, probably tearing up a little bit during the high notes. It felt like everything blurred into one long breath, nerves, focus, and everyone making this magic together. And then we won. Category winner. A special prize. But when we finally made it to the sea later on, that didn't matter as much anymore. We still sang there, but it wasn't about the prize anymore. It was just the sound after the sound, the echo that lingers. Leaving Varna felt like it was stepping out of a dream mid-song. Veliko Tarnovo felt like it belonged in another century. Cobblestone lanes twisting up hills, houses stacked like paragraphs of history. I think I needed it, to walk somewhere quiet, somewhere where it didn't demand performance. The air was cooler here, the kind that slows you down and makes you actually look, really look, at where you are. And we found really good coffee along the way, the kind that makes you pause and feel alive. I think that's what rest is, not the absence of doing, but simply the presence of being. Plovdiv felt like someone spilled a paint palette and decided to build a city around it. It's the city of 7 hills, and we climbed enough of them to deserve every scoop of ice cream after. The streets are loud with color, laughter, stray cats, cafe chatter. Many cats seem like the king of hills here, watching over everything with the air of tiny monarchs. It's also where everything felt a little lighter, where the weight of competition finally lifted. We kept finding views that we didn't plan for and laughter that we didn't expect. Maybe that's the thing about hills: the higher you climb, the less you think about where you started. In Plovdiv, the world felt playful again, and for the first time in weeks, I stopped counting time and just let it pass me by. If Plovdiv was noise and colour, Bansko was quiet and green. We took the narrow gauge railway, the kind of slow train that makes you think about life just because there's absolutely nothing else to do. September really looked like a painting still drying, fields turning gold, clear blue skies, mountains that stretch further than you could ever see. We hiked, climbed, and we were so underprepared for the cold and the trail. But it was all so worth it. We joked, slipped, froze a little, and every step just felt like we were earning this view. There's something really humbling about feeling so small among the mountains. It's like nature reminding you that you don't have to be the main character all the time. And when we finally stopped, wind in our hair, breath visible in the air, it was a stillness that didn't feel empty, but full. The kind that makes you grateful to be exactly where you are. Sofia felt like coming back to the present. After weeks of singing, packing, climbing, we ended up here. A city that feels almost too modern after everything before it. We didn't do much, just walked, ate, looked at things without trying to make them mean something. We managed to catch a concert, visited a farmer's market, shopped, explored the cathedral. I wish the choir could have sung and sang. The acoustics must have been heavenly. I think that's the point. Not every moment has to be poetic. Some just needs to be lived. I think that's what Bulgaria gave me. Permission to pause and to let the music fade naturally. Lyon was slower, quieter. After all that movement, it felt like an exhale except for the chilly morning spent napping in a laundromat waiting for any cafe to open for breakfast. Mornings by the river, markets that smelled like cheese and rain, and bridges that looked like they belonged in paintings.
Thoughts?
We didn't rush, we just let the day happen. Everyone says that the French are rude, but honestly, I met some of the kindest strangers here. Also, I may or may not have bought a bag solely because of that kindness, but somehow convinced myself that it was destiny. Girl math, right? Lyon taught me to pay attention to softness in gestures, in food, in the way the light hits the water. Maybe this is what arriving looks like, not fireworks, just calm.
What about us?
We'll always have Paris.
That line from Casablanca feels like the perfect way to start this chapter. Because Paris is the city that lives in your imagination long before you ever arrive. Our Airbnb had a tiny toilet and a crazy bathroom setup, shower down a curved metal stair, upper level exposed if you don't cover the banister. Ethan stepped into the bathtub with his socks on, and of course there was water inside. I walked 4 km for a dinner at a tiny French grandma restaurant that I was so hyped for, only to find it closed. Life, I guess. And in a city that once whispered, "Let them eat cake," I felt no shame in following its advice. And croissants, the 2018 world champion kind. Chocolate mousse, rhumbaba, flan. So good, I carried an entire one back to Singapore like treasure. Every trip ends, but some stories keep echoing. This one, I think I'll hear it for a long time.